Coming up on Oily Trash Movies.
Can we skip this?
No, this is the
please.
best part. This is like really important to the plot, Bubble, obviously.
You should put oink oink bitch.
All right, and we're live. Hello and welcome to Oily Trash Movies. This is the only podcast where two people watch and review bad horror movies during the month of October.
True. And we're your host. I'm Bubblegum Barbie.
And I'm Daddy Warbucks, and we've got a great episode for you today. We're going to be watching We Are Wolves. But before we get into that, last week we watched Succubus. Bubble, did you have any additional commentary on the sexy demon movie we watched?
Yes, the sexy demon. Oh my god. This movie gave me nightmares that whole week. It's scary, it's spooky. I was like, oh my god, the sexy demon is gonna get me and I'm gonna be lost in my brain and I'm gonna be like, I was just terrified. So it was really good. The biggest issue that I had in the beginning when I reviewed it was the male being kind of sensitive, but it makes sense because in the synopsis, it essentially was talking about he wasn't feeling so confident. He was going through that little depression mode.
He was on the struggle bus.
Yeah, he's on the struggle bus, and the whole reason why he went online was because his felt inadequate for his lady. His lady didn't want to sleep with him anymore. He thought he was hideous, and he wasn't. He was a sexy fox, right? Where it was like thumbnail material, as you can see. Yeah, that's all I really had to say. I recommend it. Go watch it. It's a good October spooky movie.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add, really. Although I remember we were speculating that it was a allegory for porn addiction, and I said because she only existed on the computer. But then I did remember she did actually have a physical location that the Chad Bro dude drove to, so she was an actual physical place. Which I guess you could say, like, well, that's maybe an allegory for hookup culture then. I did remember that, and that's all I had to add.
That is interesting, now that you say that, because I still agree that it's an allegory for a porn addiction. And I also, because that goes hand in hand with, like, OnlyFans and cam girls, they are in a physical place. The majority of their content is in a room type feel, like they only see that one space, I'm sure. And you have all these pay pigs, and these pay pigs get very addicted to this woman where they feel like they're invested in her life and blah, 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 where it gets all of that.
Bubble has a lot of experience and knows a lot about this industry, it sounds like.
No, I don't. I don't know anything about it. Like, do not look me up on OnlyFans. You would be highly disappointed. You can, if you want to donate to me, you could just go on our website and donate a fucking $1 so that I could, like $2. So
oh my god, Bubble. We should make a Bubblegum Barbie OnlyFans and then just upload our episodes there.
Oh my god, imagine the $1 million we would make. We would be so rich. You know, I think we should look into that, because that could make us money for sure. Because right now, uploading on YouTube is making us zero money.
Yeah, so make sure to like and subscribe to Bubble's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
We could touch up the your avatar a little bit, put it in the hentai section.
Oh my god. She has to, oh no, like, do that, what is it, the thoughty, like, look with the eyes crossed and the tongue out, whatever that.
Oh, Agiheo or something?
Agiheo.
Okay, anyway, so this week we're watching We Are Wolves. Bubble, what do we know? What do we know about this movie?
It's funny. So this movie is the type that you have to go on IMDb and verify your age to see if they can give you the trailer, which I'm not gonna do because I don't want to get spoilers. But it's that type of movie. It is a 2024 film. It is 1 hour and 37 minutes. It is a psychological horror, which I love. A psychological thriller, a drama, a horror, and a thriller. So they had to put psychological thriller and a thriller twice. So it's double the Michael Jackson thriller.
Double the thrills!
double the thrills. And it's the director is Mitch Melvery and the writer's Rich Melvery. When Felix, a lost soul craving something more, tries to rejoin her chosen family to prove her worth, she must play some very dangerous game. Woo! I'm excited. Oh, and then, by the way, I do want to let anybody know if I sound weird with this recording, it's because I spent $5 on this little piggy nose, so I'm currently wearing it because War called me a fat hoe.
Oink oink, bitch.
Oink oink, bitch.
So this is week 4 of Trashoween.
So spooky.
And I gotta say, this has turned out to be one of the sexiest Trashoweens we've ever done.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I always agree with sexiness. I love sexiness. I mean, because our 100 subscribers are sexy AF, especially our most devoted fans, Bubblegum Barbie and Daddy Warbucks.
True, true. Are we ready to get into this shit?
Yes, I am ready. Oh my god, we've never seen a movie by Cinema Obiach. Cinema Obiach. Oh my god. A sexy demon. My favorite kind. Look at it. She's so goth. This better not be a porn. I'm gonna be so pissed if this is a porn.
This might just be porn the whole way through.
I'm gonna
find
be
out.
so mad.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh. She's a dominatrix.
Oh yeah, look at those boots. What? Oh my god, this chick is huge.
It's the boots!
Oh, you're right, you're right.
Those things are like 4 inches.
Yeah, just start us out with the thumbnail material. Much appreciated.
I feel so sad when these women get topless for these really independent films because I know they didn't get paid enough to be topless.
Oh, she's trying to seduce her band, but he's too busy doing Excel sheets.
I mean, that is pretty sexy.
I'm leaving you.
Ooh.
What'd you say?
You know, I keep repeating myself.
Oh gosh, their sound is terrible.
The fact that you just called it that is actually the exact reason I'm leaving you.
Oh yeah, you can just hear the echo. Oh, this is definitely oil.
Yeah, this is bad.
You're interrupting. No, Needles, wait, no.
She's like, I'm working. I have a client right now. She's wearing a bra. Do you remember when she put it on, she didn't have a bra on, and then now she has a bra on? Continuity issue.
Good eye, Bubble. Bubble always stares at the breast the entire time in any scene.
True. Oh my god, a cougar is her client? Or do you think she's the boss? Do you think she's the pimp? She is the pimp. Oh my gosh. They usually are kind in the beginning because they're trying to sell that dominatrix thingy. I don't know.
like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. I don't know.
So this is terrible.
Yeah, this is bad.
I don't know if I'd call this a real movie.
This is not a movie. This is a porn. Those are cool gauges. They're little diamonds.
Dude, when they get to I don't mind ear gauges, but when they get to be bigger than the width of the ear, it starts to gross me out.
Wardrobe and hair are terrible. They should be fired. They better not be a scene where she's bathing in freaking dish soap.
It might happen. So this is so we are wolves. She said at the beginning I don't take strays anymore. I think she's the alpha of the pack because the way wolves the way wolf packs work, the alpha dog always eats first.
They went on Etsy and bought all those posters, those Wiccan posters.
Damn, that's a hell of a cattle prod.
I don't care about anything that's going on. They really failed at building character arc in order for it to be intense.
Yeah, I feel like rushing straight to the torture. We didn't have a chance to have any emotional connection to what's going on.
No.
It's just senseless violence.
This torture room is horrific. And then I love how they cover whatever black stuff, the guy's tool tool table.
Yeah, his tool bench. They just throw a quilt over it.
Yeah, he's like, we don't want. I want it to look like a chick's basement, not a dude's basement. Let's cover my tools.
So I think what this needed to do was spend more time on the rules.
Ben Parker.
Oh my God, Peter Parker.
That's his uncle, Ben Parker, Uncle Ben.
I wonder if the director is the Spider-Man dude.
Well, this is now part of the Spider-Man extended universe, technically.
So it's only 2 of them. So this is not even a wolf pack. Like I thought there would be like way more women since it's like a huge.
This movie needs more women.
You know what this movie needs? A shower scene with 4 women in it. Oh, she's a wolf. What is she doing to her? She doesn't even have a strap on. Like, okay, you're gonna have to cut that, but.
Oh, that paper said dolls. So they're pretending to be dolls right now.
Oh.
See, I think leading with this more in the first act would actually have been a better way to start it. Especially if you had, like, way less context and you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Right.
Like, why is this woman just staring dead-eyed? You know, open up with some intrigue. Is this how you play with your Barbies?
Yes. This is exactly how I play with my Barbies.
Do you ever get bored in this house?
How about this girl came back and she's already bored with it? Like, you begged to be back here.
I was just curious.
That's so true. She was like threatened to get her teeth pulled out, and she was electrocuted.
This needs to be like a big circular bed.
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
You know, with like 5 women in it. And it's like how like a pack of wolves all sleep together in a pile.
Is this a dream or is this a memory?
I think these are flashbacks. Ooh, she bumped her ear. You know, I think conceptually this movie has a solid premise.
I mean, yeah, but it wouldn't be this movie. We should just buy the rights to the script.
We should just make our own movie where we just have 5 women laying in a giant circular bed and then they all get in the shower at the end. See, it would make sense if she was a big timid screw-up like this if she hadn't already been established as having lived at this house in the past. It's like they tried combining 2 characters. You know, it feels ludicrous saying this, but I think this would actually be better if the alt girl was played by a man.
You know what? Yeah. That would change the game so much for the better. And I think the male audience would like fit with that character.
Yeah, they would have someone to relate with. Like, oh,
Right.
he's a guy who's got kind of a good situation, and then there's like, it almost seems like a better situation, and then he gets jealous that Mama Wolf is taking on the new pup more than she likes you.
I agree because like as a female audience, like this is not appealing at all. And I think it would have been more interesting too if it was like a male character as well.
This is like the purgatory, a pornatory, if you were.
Yeah.
It exists in that valley between porn and real movies.
I don't know. Something about this. Okay, obviously the weakest actress is the goth girl. I usually don't have issues with that, but the issue is that she's the most intimidating character, but I'm not terrified by her intimidation.
This is like a knockoff 50 Shades of Grey. This is a research.
Yeah, you're taking notes. You know what I would do if I was like this character? Force her to eat it like a dog.
Animals eat on the floor.
Oh, there it is.
There you called it. See, now this I can dig.
You know what? How to step that up? If she would have forced her to like pull the cereal with her mouth from the trash can to the bowl and then eat it.
like she has to like knock the trash can over with her nose and like rummage through it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not sexy at all. Oh, you should have said snail trail. Can we skip this? Like,
no, this is the best part. This is like really important to the plot bubble, obviously.
Like you could tell the actresses were awkward. They didn't want to do that scene.
You know what, Bubble? This is payback for making me look at all those dicks in that last movie.
You know what? That movie was great.
That movie was way better than this, even with the dicks. Whoa.
Only one piercing. She couldn't do the other one. Like the one piercing, she's like, ah, that shit hurts. Just do the one, please.
Yeah.
Hers are natural too. They're the real deal. The director's main focus on the script was to ensure that each one of his female characters has a topless scene.
He writes all the topless scenes first and then just like figures out the plot around them.
Yes.
Oh my god, she's gonna get douched?
She mad at her, she punishing her because she found that her collar was taken off.
No, I think she said she had a stinky pussy.
Oh.
Remember she was sniffing at her and she's like, you're filthy inside.
This is like Neon Demon. There's all these mirrors everywhere.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good framed shot in this douche scene.
Gross. Thank God that was over.
I mean, they are ramping up the horror and like as far as like making you feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Like that douche scene was way more tense than the fake torture scene.
Oh yeah.
Should I just make this the thumbnail? Two chicks kissing?
Yeah.
You know, I thought this was actually going to be like these girls were also werewolves. I thought that was going to be part of it because this is a horror movie. Oh my god, they're gonna do an autopsy?
Oh my God.
I bet it's the boyfriend.
Our patient has tested positive for testicular cancer.
Oh no!
You would go to jail for 25 years. And if the judge is male, you would go to prison for 50 years. You may get the death penalty. Now I wonder if after they cut his dick, they're gonna repent their sins and wear nun outfits.
Right there. That's enough.
Oh, damn, this dude's gonna have fucking PTSD.
Yeah.
If he consented to being here, is that really a test?
I guarantee you he didn't consent to have his balls cut off.
This movie zapped my energy. I'm like ready to take a nap. It's so boring. Which is crazy because there's women like getting naked all the time.
Cupcakes.
Oink oink, bitch. I hate you, War, for forcing me to watch this shitty movie. Is she gonna knock him out with the bottle? Is she gonna like hit it over their head? She's gonna do something, I feel. Oh, she drugged them.
Those cupcakes were fast acting.
Oh my gosh, I know what the whole point of these posters are, is to hide all the director's stuff in his closet.
Yeah, that was the first thing you said, Bubble, when we started watching this.
No, but like I'm seeing how he literally like even put blankets at the bottom to hide all his stuff. Look, there's like a scarf over like his tools.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
Finally, we get some blood.
What just happened?
She said the safe word,
Oh.
which was something that was never established at any point.
Oh my god, it's that Adobe
A spreadsheet.
spreadsheet.
He printed out the spreadsheet.
that the boyfriend was doing. They worked so hard. They're like, we gotta print this spreadsheet. It took me hours.
Oh yeah!
Don't get excited. The movie's gonna end with her entering the house.
I know.
She should have been in this movie the whole time.
You're interrupting.
Oh, it's a cyclical story. You know, the thing that I always say how much I love.
Ugh, this movie sucked.
Alright, so I have a large number of complaints about this movie. Obviously, the production value is extremely low. The acting was terrible. The sound quality was pretty bad. I think when you have a small personal drama like this where you only have 3 characters, you have to have a really strong script and you have to have really strong performances. And if you're gonna have like a cheeseball sexy girl movie, then you need more characters where you can have some interesting shit happening and you can have dynamics between the various characters. Having dynamics between just 3 characters is a very small number of dynamics. So we need lots of dynamics if we don't have good performances.
I can't believe this movie was 1 hour and 30 minutes. I can't believe that they watched this movie, edited this whole thing, and they thought it was a good idea. I can't believe that they put it up on the streaming services, Tubi and the other one, and thought it was a good idea. I can't believe they casted these actresses and filmed this scene and thought it was a good idea. I can't believe they wrote the script and sent it to people and thought it was a good idea. This movie had terrible acting, had terrible wardrobe, had terrible makeup, had a terrible location, had terrible characters, had terrible cinematography, had terrible sound quality, had everything that you can think of
Hold on.
go wrong with this movie.
I disagree.
No, it was terrible. It was
I disagree on the wardrobe. The wardrobe was pretty good.
No, like, okay, well, I guess like they took the time to steam it, but what really bugged me was like why was only one character who had sexy clothing? Like there was very few times that the alpha had sexy clothing. There was very few times that our main character protagonist had sexy clothing. It didn't make sense. Like I mean, I'm pretty sure all these actresses were in charge of their own makeup, so they didn't have a makeup artist, which is a good thing because they know, I mean, women know what worked best for them or what, they look beautiful, so that's fine. But everything else just sucked. And then this party, like, congratulations, you were the worst party of all the movies we've seen. The way I would fix this movie is not make it. I would just grab the script and throw it away and start all over again. I think the problem is that they needed a woman. And I also looked in IMDb, there is a woman who's an executive in this production who was in charge of making this movie. I don't know where she was. Was she on vacation when this movie was filmed? Because all of this was weak. These are all things women wouldn't say, women wouldn't do. I think there's a lot of interesting females out there, and I think this movie didn't make the mark. I feel offended by being a woman who watched this film, just like I did with that other movie that we saw with A and P, where we were like, does this movie hate women? Because I do feel that. I feel that a little bit. But I think they really didn't mean to intentionally offend me. I think this was catered to male audience, but when I asked you, is this sexy? You were like, like you weren't even into it that much, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, it's like obviously some parts I felt worked better than other parts. I do think conceptually you can structure a script around here. I would suggest like a major rewrite, or like it feels like this is just a cheap cash grab because like the director knows people are gonna click on it because they just want to see boobs or something. I think some of the sequences you could keep intact too, like when she's forced to eat out of the bowl, like that worked. The doll thing worked.
The douching work.
The castration scene was pretty tense. So I think you can make a movie like this. I just don't think there was anywhere near enough talent involved to make it a good movie.
It felt like a really bad soap and it felt like a really bad porn. Like how can you fail at both things? Like I'm so baffled, My mind is bottled. It is shaken up.
Yeah, honestly, this reminds me almost more of Suitable Flesh than any of the other movies we watched, where it was like it had that soapy feel to it. It had like that made for late night television, like the real smutty, trashy channels.
I recommend this to anybody though, not even like the weirdest dudes. Like listen, yes, there's naked women and they are beautiful, but it's not going to satisfy you at all. Like
Yeah, I mean, you need more than that. Like, you and I both love hot chicks in movies,
Right.
but it does, you need, like, that's only your foundation of your Tower of Babel. You still have to build the movie on top of it. When it's just sequence after boring sequence, there's nothing. The problem is, like, very little happened in this movie that was either gripping or compelling.
I think you're right. I think this was a cash grab. I feel watching this film that they were like, oh, we'll just have a bunch of naked hot chicks and then call it good. It'll be successful and it'll make us a bunch of money. Sure, but not really. Like, I don't know. It feels empty. It feels like a shell. Like all these characters there was no layer into them. Like why does she care about her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend that she had no like in the beginning she just didn't give a shit about. Like she literally was like, "Oh, you didn't even please me." Like why? Like none of it made sense. Like I really think they needed a female to direct them and I'm like baffled that this was made and I'm baffled that these actresses agreed to make this movie. This is terrible. I would be ashamed to be credited.
This is debasing. It's legitimately debasing.
It is. Like, I would be ashamed. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to be honest with all these actresses. I would be ashamed to be part of this movie. Like, this is shameful. This is not, I don't know. Like, this is crazy that I feel this way.
I think I'm gonna give this 6.5 buckets of oil.
I'm gonna be really mean. I'm gonna give it 10. This movie was worse than Alien Invasion. The only good thing was the nudity and the hot chicks, but like, I don't know. I hate this movie. Like, there was nothing. I guess the only good is what we talked about. The douching was kind of uncomfortable and her eating from the ground was kind of uncomfortable and then the boyfriend like oh cut his dick off was very uncomfortable but nothing happened like it was so like I was so devastated with the scene where she was stapling them could have really ramped it up and it could have been really awesome but I don't think they even bothered to get a special effects or a special effects freaking crew like I don't know what is up with this production. I don't want to see a movie from them ever again. This was horrific. This is trash. This is the movie sucked, the acting's worse. This is the worst movie in the universe, for real.
This is something that is. It feels like this was scraped up off the bottom of a dumpster.
Yeah, it's that thing that's been sitting there for 50 years and it's like this slimy, oily black rust that is vile and green and there's mold on it and ugh, yeah, you're just like hoping that there was something because it looked good, but you scrape it off and it's disgusting. You're like in the hospital for a month. This is what this movie is. Like, I'm so angry that these beautiful women made this movie, like, contributed to it. They should have just said no. Like, no. Or be like, yeah, we'll do it, but listen, we'll do it sexier. This is what I want to do. Because another thing, the lesbian scene, like you could tell they were uncomfortable. The sex scene, you can tell they were uncomfortable. Next time to this production, I suggest like spending the money to get an intimate coach because it is highly important because we could feel the uncomfortableness. Like porn star, you were better off hiring actual legitimate porn stars to make your movie better.
Yeah, you may as well at that point, you know?
At this point, yes. It's why? Why did you make this movie?
Yeah, this one is a real like and like what really is the audience for this these days? Like who's watching these movies?
When they made this, I think they were catering to the writer. The writer wrote this, and this is what he thought is sexy, and this is the fetishes that he's into. Fine. That's not a problem.
You nailed it.
But it was not hot. Like it doesn't appeal to anybody. I think the way I would fix this is what Wars said is hire the male to be your goth girl and your male audience would have related and like gone to him, and it's like, oh, and then that would be more interesting and hotter than what we got. This did not work. I'm baffled, and I can't figure out what happened with this movie, but next episode I will. And I'm ready to talk shit about it.
I think you nailed it. I think the writer just picked what his fetish is and wrote it into a script thinking it would be a huge hit, but like you know what? I think it's just a shitty. It's just a fucking oily trash movie. Like it's sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, and sometimes a shitty movie is just a shitty movie.
Yeah, this is what this is. But see, it's so weird. Like this is why I'm baffled. Like there's that scene where she spanks her, right, when they're role playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna be, you already have nudity. Why not lift her skirt and spank her with her bare like skin? Like why? Why not go off the rails? And then you have the goth needles here, like poking herself. Like why not show that? Like it's just it's easy practical effects. Like we did it in our movie.
The problem is that this is also like it's just uninteresting.
It is so uninteresting. Nothing interesting. I'm gonna be rambling. I'm gonna go drink whiskey, and I'm gonna go to a bar, and I'm gonna go ramble about how pissed off I am about this movie, and I'm gonna talk a guy out of his ear. Like, listen, there was these hot babes who got naked, right? But it's not interesting at all. Like, how can you mess up having sexy women getting naked,
Going down on each other.
yeah, having a girl on girl kissing scene, but still it not be interesting at all. You left bored. It was boring. Ugh, that's all I want to say.
All right, take care, comb your hair.
And remember to mace directly in that director's / writer's face.
Bye.
How can you fuck that up? There was naked women, or I don't.
It just make them werewolves.